Hey, this is Rafa from Let's Talk Song. I wish you all a happy new year 2025. I wish you all the best, and I would like to take a second to thank 2,000 subscribers. It's been a really great Christmas present to open the YouTube dashboard and to find that 2,000 people have already clicked the subscribe button. If you are not one of them, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. That helps a lot. Let's see if we can make it 4,000 by the end of 2025. Welcome to a very special video. In this video I'm going to react to 3 of the English nominations for Best Song in the Golden Globes 2025. I feel like I have to introduce here a little bit because I will not include Forbidden Road from the Robbie Williams biopic Better Man because I have already analyzed this a couple of weeks ago. Link in description. Secondly, I have for the moment excluded the 2 Spanish nominations, Mi Camino and El Mal. El Mal even won Best Original Song. I found it quite weird to analyze it in English while looking at the Spanish lyrics. You know that I'm a native speaker of Spanish, so this is not a problem at all, but I just found it quite weird. So maybe you could tell me in the comments if you would be interested in an analysis of Mi Camino and El Mal in a separate video that I then would probably do in Spanish. For now, let's listen to Beautiful That Way, Compress, Repress and Kiss the Sky. Let's start with Beautiful That Way, a song from the movie The Last Showgirl. Haven't seen the movie, haven't listened to the song. The song is written by Andrew Wyatt, who seems to appear a lot in this channel. Also Miley, Cyrus and Lykke. I have a feeling this is going to be good. 4 intro chords and I'm already hooked. Let's find the key first. Is it D flat major? So yes, the key is D flat major. Chord progression seems to be a 1-6 minor, 4 minor something. Is it? I believe it is. I believe it is a 1-6 minor, 4 minor special chord to 5. Just like a rose. New progression in the verse. Just like a rose. Red in. Wait a minute. Just like a rose, red in its glow. I see what happens. Let's listen to it again. Watch her as she sways. Amazing. So the verse progression is in theory a 1-3 minor, 6 minor, 4 progression. But the second time around, we reharmonize the 4 for the 4 minor. So in the second repetition of that thing, we do melody is something else, but really cool to have this interplay between the 4 and the 4 minor chord. I like very much. She's beautiful that way. Interesting song form because I believe we have a verse refrain thingy where that she's beautiful that way is always the last line of the verse and we may not have a real chorus. This is really cool, traditional and powerful songwriting. They do funny reharms in the 3rd verse thingy as well. Just like a rose, she'll cut you with thorns. Brilliant! So, every progression introduces something freaky and something cool. Remember that in the beginning we had 1, 3 minor, 6 minor, 4. Then we do the rehum with the 4 minor. 1, 3 minor, 6 minor, 4 minor. And then we introduce a tiny mode interchange where we suddenly have the 3 major instead of the 3 minor. And after that, I believe 4, 4 minor. So it's 1, 3 major, 4, 4 minor, and then like a little cadence at the end. 1, 5, 1. With that, she's beautiful that way. I don't remember the melodies, but I'm sure they will come back.
Hold your cards close, know when to fold. She's beautiful that way.
Another really cool thing is that the time signature that we have here is 6/8, creating this slow dance blues atmosphere, right? And following the traditional verse-refrain song form, I believe that now, after 2 verses that both got ended with the refrain, she's beautiful that way, we are entering a new section that in that case might be the bridge.
I know it hurts for what it's worth, but you had to.
Let's look at the bridge chords.
I know it hurts for what it's worth, but you had to. Oh.
So I'm expecting a modulation that goes up a half step because the dominant chord that we land on is actually not the A flat chord that we would expect in the D flat key, but instead the A major chord. I believe that the song is going to continue in D major. But let's talk about the chords first, because they do something really interesting after closing this thing with she's beautiful that way. Remember that this was the ending of verse number 2. We begin the bridge on the flat 6 chord. Something that is another really cool modulation trick. The flat 6 probably borrowed from D flat Aeolian, and we have got a flat 6 to 1 progression. Then we go back to the flat 6, and then we go to the 5. But instead of dominating back to the old one, we introduce a new dominating chord. Remember that we had this A major as the flat 6. This A major now becomes the dominant chord that we nicely introduce with this sus thingy here. So D to C sharp in this middle shape. And I believe that the last verse is now going to be in D major. Let's find out if I'm correct. And I must change my chip and find the new chords. I'm still thinking D flat, which is a bad idea. And really nice ending as well, where we have got beautiful that way. Yeah, she's beautiful that way. Really nice. I don't know anything about the movie. It's a really traditional, I'd say 50s, 60s American song that has got a lot of really interesting harmonic twists and turns. The song form is rather interesting. So I think we can quickly sum this up and look add useful songwriting learnings that we can take from Beautiful That Way by Andrew Wyatt and Miley Cyrus, co-written by Lykke. Songwriting learning number 1, try experimenting with songs forms that have become unconventional. So this verse, refrain, bridge, verse, refrain song form is something really common for 50s and 60s, I'd say, rock, country and singer-songwriter music. It has got lost a bit and it has got replaced by that verse-chorus thing that we now celebrate in pop music. It can be a good idea sometimes, especially if you've got a strong line like "She's Beautiful That Way" that you want to make the refrain at the end of every verse. Songwriting learning number 2, the 4 minor is a very powerful and important reharm and modulation chord, because the 4 minor chord has the potential not only to spice up your common chord progression, but also to serve as a dominant reharm option. Remember the end of the song where instead of playing 1, 5, and 1, we play the 1/4 minor 1, creating kind of a melancholic option to that. Really resolving nicely, creating another option for your dominant chord. Songwriting learning number 3 may be the one that I will experiment with, because I haven't done this yet, is introduce this flat 6 chord into your bridge, remember? That then becomes your 5 chord. If you want to take your, in that case, verse, but normally chorus, to a special level by modulating a whole step up. Really interesting, Beautiful That Way. And I must say that the nomination was definitely deserved. I haven't listened to the other songs yet, so I don't know why it lost. But let's listen to number 2. That was Compress, Repress, written by Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross and Luca Guadagnino from the movie Challenges. I haven't seen the movie, I haven't listened to the song. Okay, let's find the key first. The key is G minor. So this is the first time that we actually hear chords in the background. Let's find out the chords. I think this is what I hear. I hear a 6 minor 5/2 progression and something at the end that I couldn't identify just yet. The 2 chord being a modal interchange, probably taken from G Ionian. And then something with B flat as the 4th chord. Yes, I think it's a G minor, F, C, B minor progression. So 6 minor, 5, 2 major, modal interchange there, to 1 major. Rather interesting. So we had 4 forms or 4 progressions in the verse with a very, very clear and strong melodic motif, this down, down, bam, that then gets developed, right? So we have a 3-note motif that we kind of develop through the chord progression. Bam, 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 going up, bam, 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 up, down, up, and then always followed by this dum, 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 dum. So this touch, touch, touch me that then becomes you into me. But this is something that repeats very strongly 4 times. Let's see what happens in the chorus. So this was the chorus. Not very innovative when it comes to the chord progression. I believe it was a 6 minor 1 5 6 minor progression with G minor, B flat, and then F to G minor, and this reappearance of that 1 2 3 lyrical motif. We introduce a new melodic motif as well and introduce a really interesting rhythmic variation to it. So this compress is 1 2. So the pulse of the song is, and we have compress, right? The repress thing, that is kind of the answering motif to that, we change a bit in terms of rhythmic placement because we have this on the ends instead of on the pulses. So we have compress, repress on the 4 end and on the 1 end. So anticipating this melodic motif and creating nice rhythm. Still, I'm missing the highlights in terms of harmony, melody and lyrics. Verse 2 that brings back all the harmonic, melodic, and lyric motifs that we know from the verse 1.
Break the rules of this game. Touch, compress, repress.
Chorus 2.
Then just surrender.
And just surrender. So this is another melodic motif in the chorus.
1 2 3.
Second interlude, and now something that I expect to be an outro. The harmonic foundation is basically the verse with the 6 minor to 5 to 2 to 1, and we introduce a new melodic motif. So this was Compress Repress from the movie Challengers. If it were about production and arrangement, I would totally be cool with that kind of spacey new 80s vibe. We are talking about best song, best written song, and I'm missing the highlights, which is why I myself cannot really take away any songwriting learnings from that. I understand why Compress Repress has not been selected as the best song for the Golden Globes 2025. It does develop motifs in terms of melody. It does include that 2 major chord that we have heard quite a bit, and that offers a new modal interchange option in your songwriting toolbox. Still, really not something that amazes me in any way. So we are quickly going to go to song number 3. That is Kiss the Sky, written by a lot of people. You know what I think about a lot of songwriters in one song. DeLacy, Jordan K. Johnson, Stephen Johnson, Maren Morris, Michael Pollack, and Ali Timbosi from The Wild Robot. I don't know the movie, I don't know the song. Let's see what we can find songwriting wise. Let's get going. Okay, let's find the chords. I think it's this. So the key is D major or B minor, and we have a 6 minor for 1 progression. So B minor to G to D. and then the vocals kick in.
The unfamiliar road could be the same place you get lost and find yourself.
Alright, so this was the verse, offering a couple of really cool things in terms of melodic development. So the chord progression stays the same from the intro. Let's make sure to have the lyrics somewhere. Line number 1 is...
The unfamiliar road could be the same place you get lost and find yourself.
The unfamiliar road could be the same place you get lost and find yourself. Mind the very careful placement of stressed and unstressed syllables. We have got always interchanging stressed with unstressed syllables, something you should keep in mind when writing your own lyrics.
The unfamiliar road could be the same place you get lost and find yourself.
So basically a 3-note melody, right? That features the A, the B, and the D. And this melodic idea we now vary accordingly.
There might be bumps, there might be bruises, but at least you'll have a story to tell.
So we end the line, the phrase on the F sharp. There might be bumps, there might be bruises, but at least you'll have a story here to tell. Introducing the first variation of the melody where we end basically a minor third below the original ending.
Time will slip on by if you're stuck here living life with too much caution.
New melodic idea time. Really interesting addition of that 4 on the B minor chord. So the B minor chord consists of the B, the D, and the F sharp. We would expect one of those 3 notes to also be the melody note, something that we did in the 2 progressions before, but now we add a really nice color with that E melody note.
Time will slip on by if you're stuck here living life with too much caution.
Time will slip on by if you're stuck here living life with too much caution. So we take the melody that stays a 3-note melody up a little bit, highlighting this 4 of the B minor chord that really juices up this harmonic feel.
And I know you know that those wings, they were made for walking.
And then we go back to this original idea. And I know you know that those wings, ending the whole phrase considerably lower. They weren't made for walking. Really ending on this D and turning this last melodic line into a 1-octave melody line, spanning the 3-note idea from the beginning really into something more powerful. All right, I expect a pre-chorus now. Let's see what happens.
Safe where you are, but safe only gets you so far.
A really nice traditional pre-chorus with nice harmonies, with nice dominating function. Let's find out what happens.
Safe where you are, but safe only gets you so far. What if you
Really, really simple. 6 minor 5 4. Safe where you are. B minor, A, and G, and then G to A. 4 to 5. Really raising the tension before we go to a hopefully strong chorus. Also really nicely supported by the melody that goes down with the chords. Safe where you are. And then goes up, lifting the expectations. But safe will only get you so far. And then really wanting us to go to a 1 chord, I believe.
look your fears right in the eye, say you'll see them another time, would it fool?
And we have got one of the most common chord progressions, the 1-4 6 minor 5. Not really excessive awesome, but really close. 1 4 6 6 minor and 5. D, G, B minor and A.
You can find a piece of you that you've been hiding. You've been hiding. Oh, my darling, if you try.
Oh, cool. Really nice afterthought that I'm going to listen to in a second. Before that, let me quickly tell you that it's a really nice double chorus that features two very, very distinct melodic ideas. So, melodic idea number 1 is...
What if you look your fears right in the eye? Say you'll see them another time.
Okay, so this is the first melodic idea consisting of tinier motifs and lines. But what if you look your fears? So this is the basic melodic idea, right? Ba-da-dum, bum, ba-dum. Then we repeat the last thing of that idea, right in the eye,
Right in the eye.
ending on another note so that we make it suitable for the new chord.
Say you'll see them another time.
And this is basically all derived from that first motif idea.
What if for once you can find a piece of you that you've been hiding? You've been hiding.
And this is the second melodic idea that is totally different. What if for once, starting the same way that this first melodic idea, but then you can find the piece of you that you've been hiding, really creating this galloping feel. You can find the piece of you that you've been hiding. Really nice contrast to that first melodic idea, and then we bring back the first melodic idea, and then we bring back the second melodic idea, and then we have some kind of chorus afterthought.
What if, oh my darling, if you try, you just might kiss the sky.
Oh my darling, if you try. I believe it's that. Darling, if you try. Making this a 6 minor 5 4 1 with 3 in bass 4 progression. The interesting thing being that we have one chord for every beat. Ba-da-ba-do-bum. Really heavily harmonizing the melody. And this You Just Might Kiss the Sky ends on the 5, I think.
My darling, if you try, you just might kiss the sky.
Just might kiss. I think it's an A7, a dominant chord. Just might kiss the sky, ending on the title of the song. Very good idea.
Tears coming to you like a spark that starts a fire in your mind.
It's really this Mumford and Sons inspired Americana pop that kind of is getting old really quickly. So no real innovations in this song so far. They know the rules. I think the AI could have done it.
Time will slip on by if you're stuck in living life with too much caution. So
In terms of lyrics, really nice thing to bring back the third line from verse number 1. Time will slip on by if you're stuck here living life with too much caution. Really nice line. Motivating people to go out and have adventures. So this comes back, but instead of rhyming caution with walking, they rhyme it with wanted. So go out in this world and get every single thing you ever wanted, instead of, and I know you know that those wings, they weren't made for walking. So two motivational sentences at the end that both rhyme with caution, but that give it another rhyme and another perspective.
but safe only gets you so far.
Pre-chorus 2, chorus 2, all the same.
Rewrite your stars and be brave instead. What if you
It sounds so generic because look your fears right in the eye, chase your heart out to the edge, rewrite your stars and be brave instead. It's really cliche ways to say leave your comfort zone and find new adventures. I think this is what kind of adds to that feeling of it's kind of all been said before. we don't hear a bridge, but instead an outro, outro, another Mumford & Sons convention that is based on the chorus harmony and that kind of recycles this "you just might kiss the sky" hook. Okay, so this was Kiss the Sky, performed by Maren Morris, written by a bunch of people. I was kind of right to be skeptical towards that long list of co-authors and writers. Usually this points at generic pop song, and this is something that we have encountered with Kiss the Sky from the movie The Wild Robot. Songwriting learnings, well, the thing is, if I gave you songwriting learnings for that, that would mean that I would actually encourage you to follow up on this really, really used up genre of Americana pop that we have heard a lot in the last 10 to 15 years in pop music culture. Maybe a songwriting learning, be very careful with that. I don't even know how to describe it. It's that 4 to the floor banjo thingy that the Lumineers and Mumford & Sons and a bunch of great people have really been great at, but that has been kind of taken over by the pop world, turning it into a very, very, I don't know, generic, lifeless form of pop music that I don't feel very comfortable with. So beware of this when writing folky pop music. This is the songwriting learning that you can take away from this. So this was my analysis of the 3 English nominations for Best Original Song. As I said, Forbidden Road, you can find the reaction video in the description. Please remember to tell me whether you would like me to analyze Mi Camino and El Mal from the movie Emilia Perez. 2 songs that are in Spanish that would require a weird format where we maybe do English-Spanish analysis or Spanish only. Please let me know in the comments what you think about that. If you like this video, please make sure to give me the thumbs up, to subscribe to the Let's Talk Song channel, and see if we can make it to 4,000 by the end of 2025. To leave friendly comments, as I said, giving your opinion on that Spanish-speaking thing, but also maybe suggesting other songs that you would like me to analyze too. To please take a look at the almost but not quite complete guide to songwriting available at spectreacademy.net. At the time of making of this video, you will find a sale where you can get the complete course for only 300 euros or dollars, depending on the region you're living in. Thanks again to all the subscribers that actually make this worth a while. I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a great life. Bye bye.